Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Moddriven. We're going to take a quick look today at the mods that I've done on the Honda Civic over there, just to see how they're holding up and what all is done, because this car is not going to be around much longer on the channel. So I thought I'd do a quick rundown, really just to document them for myself later on and to let anybody else out there know who has an older car maybe, how things hold up and really what you can replace to kind of freshen it up a little bit. So let's take a look. First of all, this is a 2020. Had about 15,800 miles, something like that on it when I bought it. Obviously, it was used and in excellent condition. There are no dents or dings or anything in this car. I love that. When I'm going to buy a used car, I'm really looking for it to be pretty much new except for miles, right? So let's take a quick look. We're going to start under the hood because why not? I've done a couple of things under here, not much, nothing mechanical really. One is, of course, you can see the air cooler or air cleaner, air cooler. Well, it is an air cooler. I mean, it's supposed to send cool air into the engine, right? But I took out the stock, I put in an aftermarket. Gotta say, love this thing. I got lucky. It matched the color of the car. I love the red filter in here. It just kind of pops, draws your attention to the car. Now, as far as its functionality, I've not really noticed anything. I don't get a whole lot more sound out of it, nor have I noticed any great increase in power or fuel economy or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, it's really just an aesthetic mod. It looks good under the hood. Even though a lot of the manufacturers or vendors out there will tell you there's an increase, and there may very well be, unfortunately you can only feel or tell those increases if you put it on a dyno. You really can't feel an extra 10, 7, whatever it is, horsepower. Now, the next thing I've done under here is I went ahead and put hood struts on it. Just a couple of reasons. One, they're functional. It helps to open and close the hood, and it holds the hood up without having that bar in the way over there. I love these things. I got lucky. I was able to find a fake carbon fiber, so it's in red, kind of matches with the filter and a couple of the other colorful bits under here. So it serves two purposes for me, aesthetic and functional. They've held up well. They're not super strong. They only kick in really when you get to about right here. That's when you really feel them start to aid the car, or aid the hood, I should say. And then, of course, they hold the hood up so it won't fall down. Another area in the front, I replaced the Honda badging with a blacked out Honda badge. This is held up really well. It is not painted. It came with color through, so it shouldn't show any kind of wear or anything like that. No chips, anything nuts in it. Love that. Of course, just purely aesthetic. Going down the sides here, I blacked out the trim. This was all chrome across the top here. I wrapped it, actually from a company that provides pre-cut wrap, so it comes to size. You don't have to try to cut everything when you put it on here. And one thing that always bugged me, I've seen people do this from like big sheets and stuff, and then they'll just cut out the part with it on the car. There are plastics surrounding this piece to not allow weather, rain to get in, right? I don't know how you can put a knife, like an X-Acto knife or anything, and cut so perfectly that you don't cut into these trim pieces. That's probably a big reason why anybody who has these on a car has had problems. On mine, there was no cutting. You simply put them on. I also replaced the trim piece here. It had started to kind of chip off a little bit. I don't know why. Kind of think it might have been somebody who had locked themselves out. One of those guys with the bars came and was jamming it in there and kind of ripped this molding. I don't know. I also hear it's kind of a Honda thing, so who knows. Across the top, I replaced the rubber pieces up here. They were starting to degrade. They were discoloring. Looked like it wasn't going to be long until pieces started to chip out of them. Very simple to do. And one thing too, it's amazing to me how inexpensive Honda parts are. I mean, I've got probably less than $100, less than $80 in all of these items. Just amazing. Moving along, I didn't do anything with the wheels and tires. They're what came on it when I bought it used. Back in the back, one of the biggest mods I did was the spoiler, the trunk spoiler, trunk wing, whatever you want to call it. love this on the car. I think it just provides for an awesome look. I think the car looks more aggressive, tougher with that wing on the back. Not difficult to do. You do have to drill some holes, so it's not for the faint of heart, but pretty simple nonetheless. Just have to make sure you have a good pattern when you're doing it. Back here, I replaced the Honda badge, again with another color fast or color throughout badge. It just sticks on, very simple to do. There are a couple of holes under here where the original was pegged. This covers them up, not a big deal, simple to do. Of course, down at the very bottom, I did paint the exhaust outlet. That was chrome. I'm not into chrome. If you didn't know or you don't watch the channel, I always black out everything, and I will do that on the next car as well. And if you're curious as to what that car is, make sure you watch the next video and you will know. Down the side here, nothing really on this side needed to be done other than blacking out the chrome pieces along here, again with a wrap, very simple to do. This piece on the side was in good shape, so there was no need to replace it. And by the way, there is a myth out there for some of the people who have done this that you have to remove the mirrors to get the piece underneath up here. You do not. Once you pull it up, it just pulls out, and when you put the new piece in, it just pushes right in underneath where the mirror is. Very simple to do. Of course, we have the Rob Motive badge. You have to have that. That was an addition, and it's held up very well, too. Now, let's check out the inside. There is one big thing that I did, really two in here. I've changed since. I went back to a stock shift knob because the one I had in it was not numbered. I figured that might have been a problem for the trade-in, so I put a numbered in that I had from before. I also put in a new shift boot. This one, as you can see, is with a racing stripe. I just thought that was a nice touch. I really do like that. Floor mats, I did put in Husky floor mats, all weathers. I always do that as well, and on the new car coming, it will have Husky floor mats in it. I did have a button over here. You may have noticed if you watch other videos. That's because I made my own home link system. I had wiring running from the button in here, completely independent of the car, up to a garage door opener that I had hidden underneath the hood. That way I was just able to push a button as opposed to having those door clickers stuck all over my visors up there. Otherwise, the interior of the car is still the same, still stock. I didn't do anything else to it. You can tell it's in excellent condition. Again, always buy a used car that's in good shape. You should never have to get something that's real ratty unless you're looking to spend the least amount of money and maybe fix it up or restore it yourself. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of run through what I've done to it, how the mods are holding up. Everything is spot on. No issues with any of the mods. They've all held up well so far, and I'm very happy with them. Stay tuned. There is a new car coming. Like I said, the next video, I'll reveal what that's going to be. Leave a comment. Let me know. Ever put any mods, things like this on and have problems with them? I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.